Hey everybody, Steve here in our Illinois recording studio. I got a cool drum here. Friends of ours in Italy, a company called Drum Art. They've been making drums since 2004. They make everything in-house, which is great. And they make a terrific stave shell. And they sent me this drum, which is called a Fat Boy. And this drum is, again, a stave shell drum. And it is made of Italian basswood, which was never used really for making drums. It's been used for making bass guitar bodies, but not for drums. And this particular drum, the concept behind it was to make it, the name of the drum is the Fat Boy. They wanted to make it a very, very fat, full-sounding drum, not unlike the 50s and 60s era Ludwig Slingerland drums, which were mahogany, poplar mahogany with rounded bearing edges. Big, fat sound. It's an 8-lug drum. I'm going to show you the stave shell. If we can get a shot of that. This is a relatively thick, this is a thick shell. It's 2.4 centimeters, so it's almost an inch thick. And again, it's done in staves. Think a stave meaning kind of like, think of a barrel. That's what stave building is. And they are solid blocks of wood joined together, and they create a stave shell. And it's a very nice concept for making drums. They sound good, but it's a tricky one to get right. And they've done a really nice job with this drum. It's got a nice black satin lacquer finish on it, satin finish, not lacquer, it's just satin. And they've got their own proprietary lug, which has kind of like a satin anodized finish, and their strainers here. Nice simple butt plate. Everything does what it's supposed to do. And we got triple flange steel rims on it. Now the concept behind this drum is to have it be a fatter sound. But there's another interesting aspect to this, which I think you'd find interesting in the studio, and I'll show you, and it revolves around the tuning and how you can modify the tuning very simply. So, for starters, here's a little idea of the sound of the drum. This is where we got it tuned for the moment. Okay, so here we are. Now, interestingly, sensitivity out by the edges has a rounded kind of a bearing edge, very similar to a vintage edge. But the sensitivity is still great. Give a listen. Now, a little trick on the tuning here. The way they've designed these drums, they mentioned that you could adjust the tuning very simply, and I didn't believe them at first, but here's an example. They said you can just adjust the tuning very well just by tuning up or down one tension rod, and you won't lose the responsiveness of the drum. Usually if you do stuff like that, the response gets kind of goofy. But, so here we are right now. That's where we are right now, okay? So. Pretty amazing. Let's try some more. A little higher. A little higher. Take it down to where we were. Now let's take it down some more. Now it's all detuned completely on that lug. I mean, that's pretty incredible. I'll take it back to where we started. The sensitivity is great, all the way out to the edges. And I'd probably, if it were me, I'd probably take it up here. A little bit higher for my own purposes. Gotta love it. The strain is really nice and simple and it locks in. Hey, lost it there. So there you go. So I love the drum. I think they've done a tremendous job with this. We'll have these in the shop, and I'll have information up on our Reverb sites and all with more information, all the details about the specs and the like and the pricing and everything else. But the good news is this is a great drum, a very versatile drum. It's going to be very, very affordable, and I think the product is great. So it's something you ought to check out, and I think they did a great job. So hats off to our friends in Italy at Drum Art. Thanks.